There's a third picture I sent in the emails. I think the size and the perspective from street view is okay. But we often ask the question, are you going to match? What's the look going to be? What's the material? In this case, it's a vastly different material and color of the house, and it stands out dramatically because of that. It's dark blue and the house is white. It looks out of place.
Yeah.
The size is okay, position tucked in, but it jumps out because they chose a different color. So I think there's relevance to what's your plan for color matching.
Noted. And that would probably lead us to some additional comments on the findings of fact.
All right, the floor is yours.
Okay, welcome everybody to the August 6th, 2025 Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. We always start out with a pledge of allegiance, and then I'll give some instructions and some other things happen before we start. I pledge allegiance to
which stands one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Thank you. Let's start out with a roll call. Robert Peckham, present. Beth Mossworth.
Here.
John Miglerini. Here. Christian Chamberlain, absent. Heather Robinson.
Here.
Timothy Harrington.
Present.
Aaron Lehman, absent. With that, could I get a motion for last month's minutes?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, with regard to the meeting minutes for July 9th, 2025, I move to approve.
Second. Seconded by John. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Beth abstains. All opposed. The motion carries. Thank you. All right. For everybody applying for applications today, this is how it goes. We'll call up the application based on your application number. I'll also call it your address. I would ask you to come up to the podium at that point in time, speak clearly into the microphone, your name and address for the record. Once that happens, we will ask you a series of questions. Some of them are sort of routine and some of them are very pointed and direct. Everybody here is asking for a variance from the town code. What's allowed, and if you are asking for that, our goal is to make that as small of a variance as possible. That's our expectation. So if you come in asking for something that's substantially greater than what's allowed, we need justification for that. So we're going to be asking questions. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's more in depth, and it just depends on what it is. But that's what we'll do. So if there's any questions when you come up, we're happy to answer them. But that's our path. So we're looking to get the smallest variance possible to fulfill your need and to fit within your neighborhood, character, and other things. They're all factors that we're paying attention to. So thank you for being here. We will start out with application 2025-051 at 7 Mossy Oak Cove. Welcome.
Thank you. My name is Ted Gautam. And
Mamta Gimare.
Nice to meet you. Please let us know what you're asking for.
so we're applying for the variance for a 6-foot tall fence in the front yard of our house where only 3 foot is allowed.
Yes. Is this yours?
Yeah. So on the map where you're drawing the red line around where you want the fence, what is the reasoning to have the fence as far forward on the side that follows hidden view, all the way out to where the front of your garage starts versus
We
back?
don't need all the way up to garage, like mid-section. We don't want all, it's not for all the way up to garage, just for like mid-section of the house.
So the middle of the house.
Middle of the house and extend it a little bit to the window side. I mean, not window, the hidden view side.
Okay, so how far like where your front porch is? Did you want the fence to the front porch or further back?
Further back.
Do you know how far back from your front porch?
That side of your house is 32 feet long. That side of the house from the front porch where the house is all the way back to the back corner.
We're hoping like middle of that.
So give or take 15 feet.
So it would only extend from the back of the house forward about 15 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's different than what is on our drawing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why, that's that.
There's the drawing, if you
So
can see it.
if you look at where this is,
Mm-hmm,
you see how on the hidden view side, it goes all the way forward,
yes,
but you're indicating right now you would only have it come up
like midsection of the
midsection.
house.
So it would come up no further than, we'll say, 17 feet from the back of the house.
Yes, yeah,
What was that red line supposed to indicate?
Fence.
So I was the one who was applying for this. So, yeah,
Oh.
and this is our first time applying for the variance.
Right.
But originally they were only saying like 3 foot on the southern side of our front yard. But we have 2 years old daughter, so we still want to enjoy a little bit further from the.
Right.
you can find pretty easily right now.
Is that different with 6 foot?
Yeah.
It's a little bit higher for 2 years old.
So the red line was the first thought on the fence and has changed?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was my thought, and then we talked about it, and we can go like in the middle of our house.
And the green line indicates what then?
Right away, I think.
Yeah, it's the RG&E.
Yeah, that indicates RG&E and sewer, like water supply line.
I drove around your neighborhood the other day, and there's a lot of people walking around the neighborhood on the street. And I have a substantial concern with that corner because the corner is your front yard on 2 sides, right? You have a corner lot. I have a big concern with the view there. And not everybody agrees with me on the board, but I do have a big concern with that. Tell me why we should allow that because of that safety concern. So people walking on the street, when I drove, and I was going 5 miles an hour, I drove around the corner and 2 kids came zooming out on their bicycles. And I didn't, even with the house the way it is, they were not the most visible to me. And they came out, and I was nervous about that, having a 6-foot fence there, that I thought that would be problematic.
So,
But
what
it's
I'm
backyard.
what I'm seeing on the survey map is from the corner of my house towards the street is like 66 foot,
Yep.
and we're not applying for the whole thing. We still want to enjoy like a little bit more of our property.
Like backyard sections. We don't want all the way to like, it's just like midsection where it doesn't block the view. We can still see like it's coming quick thing, but I think like what we have approved, it's a little small for my daughter. Like we wanted to play area for her, like enjoy a little bit, like maybe a little bit gardening stuff and maybe shed in the future. It's not gonna be enough for that purpose if we're just doing what we have been doing. It's because it's corner house, but we have that big backyard. But unfortunately, with this restriction, we're not able to enjoy it.
Any questions from the board?
So how do we define visually where you would put, right? Because one of the concern that Bob raised is based on the drawing where the red line goes all the way to the front of the building.
I agree.
So how do we document where you want to now put the fence end or beginning?
Well, I think Beth's gonna write it.
Well, based on what you just said, from the back corner of your house, midway would be 17 feet. So are you in agreement that that's your midpoint from the back of the house forward to the front on the hidden view side? The fence would come no further forward than 17 feet.
Yes.
On the drawings, that right about where it indicates 32 foot,
Yeah.
2
It's
in? Okay.
in the drawing, that's about it.
Right.
And so by us putting that there, and
How far does it go to the side?
Towards the street, yeah.
to the right of way,
To the variance of RG&E,
to the right of way, yeah, to
to
the
the
right
right
of
of
way.
way, because that has to remain open
Right.
for the utility and then the sewer.
Then it can go all the way to the right.
Yep,
It can go all the way to the back to your property line on the back side, and on the other side where your neighbor is, they can go all the way to the property line.
Yeah.
so the south and west side of your map drawing is fine, according to what you're proposing. But the northeast side of it is too far north. We need to pull that back south, and we'll put a designation on the application. Now, we haven't asked if there's any other questions or if everybody agrees with that here. You guys okay with that?
Mhm.
Have you gotten any feedback from your neighbors on the request?
Oh, yeah, no, I've talked to a few of our neighbors. And since our front yard on the hidden view side is big, they're fine if we do like halfway from our property line.
Okay. Is there anybody here in the audience that has any comments, questions, or concerns? Heather, is there anybody online at all today?
I think just an applicant at this time.
All right, are you guys comfortable with this?
Mr. Chairman, you want me to show this to make your line?
Yes, if you don't mind. And I will close the application. Give Kevin a moment.
So basically 17 feet that wall of the house.
Mhm.
Straight across.
So how far can we go?
It'll still be,
To the right of way.
well, 60 feet here, so it's probably in the future.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's pretty sure. So we're not doing this.
Yeah.
Huh?
We have to put the paper.
Oh, yeah, I'll talk about that too.
Alright.
Okay, with that, we'll close the application and I'll tell you that answer in a moment.
Mr. Chairman, in regards to application ZBA 2025-051 for an area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has, 1, duly advertised and held a public hearing, 2, has considered all relevant information, and 3, has considered the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variances. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. The variance will not result in an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties. Several other properties in the neighborhood have similar fences. The variance cannot be achieved by some other feasible alternative for the safety and security of toddlers to play in the side yard that runs along the road. A fence this high is the best option. The variance is not substantial. Corner lot with 2 road-facing yards limits options of keeping toddlers safe. The variance will not have a negative effect on the physical or environmental conditions. The difficulty related to the variance was self-created, and be it further resolved that based above the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approve the variance as presented, and be it further resolved that this approval shall be subject to the following conditions. The fence on the hidden view side extends no further forward of the back of the house than 17 feet.
I'll second.
Seconded by John. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. The motion carries. So let me explain to you what happens. It's been approved, as you heard. You will get notification in the mail in the next week or so that it's been approved. You will still have to go and get your final building permit or fence permit from the building department once you have that information. You need to build it within a certain amount of time. I think you have a year, right?
Yeah.
So you have a year before it's. You have 3 months for fences, a year for some other things. And if you don't build it in that time, you got to come back and do it again. But
Sorry, the variance,
either way, in the end, we got to get your permit. So
Right.
once you get the letter, go get the permit.
So, yeah, I'm here.
you have 1 year to get the permit
Okay.
because of the zoning board.
Mhm.
If you don't get it within that year, variance, no void that. As long as you're going to get the permit, that's.
Well, we have the application ready, so we have an application for the permit
It
ready.
is already, yes.
Yeah.
We'll look at it. Operating that consistent.
Yeah.
Get it ready.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Let me go back a page here. Next, we have application number ZBA 2025-052, and this is for 64 Zorno. Welcome. I'm well. How are you, sir?
I'm Jim Siebert, my wife Deb Siebert.
And Deborah.
Hello. Tell us what you're going to do.
Want to put a front porch on the front of the house, 12 feet out and 20 2 feet across in front of like the picture window area.
Yep.
Okay, just to be able to sit out there and enjoy the day or the end of the day.
Yes,
Yeah.
This is enough room to have seats and have everything you need up there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How,
Morning coffee.
yeah,
Yeah.
Good choice.
how high off the ground is the front porch?
It's gonna,
Oh, go ahead.
it's gonna match the front step of the house.
Okay,
So there's no lip there, just if you're walking with the groceries, whatever, something to trip on.
okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I was by there this afternoon, and I think it's a good addition to the front of your house there.
It looks like it's gonna be beautiful. Any other questions from board members? Straightforward. That was an
Yep,
easy
no
one.
further questions.
Any questions from members of the audience? All right, we will really make it easy. We can close the application.
Awesome.
Mr. Chairman, with regards to application ZBA 2025-052 for an area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has duly advertised and held public hearings, has considered all relevant information, and has considered the potential benefits of the application versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variance. Now therefore be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. The variance will not result in an undesirable change to the characteristic of the neighborhood. The applicant doesn't have any other options, and they're looking for a front porch, and this is going to add to the curb appeal of the house. The variance cannot be achieved by some other feasible alternative at the present size of the shed that they want. They need this variance. The variance requested is substantial, but the applicant is looking to put a porch out front so they can enjoy the outdoors. The variance will not have a negative effect to the physical or environmental conditions. The difficulty related to the variance was self-created, but the applicant is adding the porch to the front and will add to the curb appeal in the neighborhood. And be it further resolved, based upon the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby is approves as presented.
I'll second.
Seconded by Beth. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And you heard the earlier stuff, right? You'll get a letter and you gotta get the permit.
Yeah.
And when you're done, you are free to leave if you want. You're welcome to stay, but you can
I'm gonna
go.
go grab some supper.
You can go get dinner, yes.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Have a good evening. That's gonna look beautiful. Next we have 2025-053, which is at 179 Elm Crest. Welcome.
I'm Gavin's son, and I'm here on behalf of my father, who is applicant for variance application for shed in the backyard at address the same address.
Excellent. What's your name again?
Gavin.
Gavin.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Heather, is that an issue at all?
Nope, I spoke with him earlier today. We're good to go.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about what you need this shed for.
Mainly putting stuffs because there are a lot of stuffs in the garage and also from basement, and part of the reason we went for a shed of this size is my influence. I currently live in Syracuse, but considering moving back to Rochester, and I have a 1B apartment full of stuff I need to store. So there's a lot of stuff to store, and also we also need to consider some enough margin to load stuff safely. So I think the size makes sense for
It's a very large shed.
yeah, and also I looked up what's permitted. I think I saw there what's also permitted is two sheds of about half the size. So we thought maybe if we can put two sheds of half the size, maybe it's okay to just go with one.
Your property is permitted to have 131 square feet of shed
Yeah,
total.
Cool.
So you're asking for over 200% the size that's allowed.
ah,
The most you could, even if you doubled it, you're still at 162 square feet or 262 square feet. So it's more than 200% the size that's allowed for your property size. And it is, in my eyes, it is quite substantial. Your situation that I heard you say, that is a temporary situation, correct?
it's not.
So you're gonna just put all of your furniture and stuff in that shed and leave it permanent?
Yeah, I technically or literally I live in the same house. I just temporarily actually living in Syracuse is temporary because I found a job there and yeah, I'm considering like moving back to Rochester.
And then the furniture gets thrown away or it gets put in the house?
No, in the house.
Okay. I'm sorry, I was asking a lot of questions.
No, you're fine. So I guess the question is, how do you determine the size that you need?
Based on the number of stuff and just linearly add them up.
How big is your apartment right now in Syracuse?
It's a one bedroom. It's my stuff is gonna be part of the thing stored in the shed. It's mainly their stuff. They want to empty out the garage for cars, and also there are some stuff on the in the basement.
Okay. So how many people park in the garage currently?
There are three cars. So,
3 cars. They all park in the garage?
uh, two will be
Two.
two is in the garage. Yeah.
Okay, so they're looking to park 3 cars in the garage.
No, I don't think based on the size of the car, they can put all three cars, but it yeah, and it just they want to reorganize garage and having a shed make also they are planning to renovate the basement and having a shed putting everything in the shed just better organization and make a room cleaner, I guess.
Okay, so they're gonna lose the basement storage area
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah, and everything stored in the shed is gonna be stay there. It's not temporary.
Okay, so I guess what items are gonna be stored in the shed besides furniture and your belongings?
I'm sorry, could you?
What else will be stored in
Uh,
the shed besides your belongings?
Like what do you call those? Mowing the
Lawnmower?
yes, like those stuff. Also, in the winter, there are
Snowblower?
yes.
Okay.
So, I'm one vote out of 5 today. We need to have 4 that say it's okay to do this.
Mhm.
I'm not for this. I think it's too large. And I think the things that you're trying to put in there are things that are either storage units can be used for that, or if they're gonna be in there permanently, then they should be gone, right? If you're not gonna use them, they should be gone. I think that's too big of a storage shed personally. What size could you go down to and still fit your requirements?
Keeping in mind that 131 is allowed.
131 is allowed.
Um, that I do not have a definite answer right now because it's mainly my parents' decision to.
Right.
So yeah, I have to discuss with my parents.
So why don't we do this? We'll pause this. We'll table this for a little bit, and you can go make a call, do whatever you need to do. Wait, hang on. Is there anybody else that has concerns about this like I do?
I agree with Bob. It sounds like some of the things are sort of a temporary need for a shed. And I think that's a good use case for a storage facility, a rental storage facility. The other thing we often talk about is when we make these decisions, the decisions are in perpetuity. They last forever with the parcel, right? The actual property itself. And so you're describing some somewhat temporary needs. That humongous shed would be there
Forever.
theoretically forever. And so we have to consider that.
Mhm.
I agree with Bob. I think you should consider something smaller.
And I-
Well, it sounds like based on that, he has no choice. There will be something smaller.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I did want to point out that right now you have what, 12 by 24? So a 12 by 10 is like 120 square feet. So just so you kind of get an idea,
Yeah.
where 131 is allowed, so.
And I'm not opposed to giving him some relief, my
Mhm.
family some relief, but I am not comfortable with 288 square feet. So we will need to have some other solution. So please, I'll pause this. We'll jump to the next um application, and then I'll call you back up at the end.
Okay. Yeah.
So feel free to, my request is go to one of the sides so it's not loud in here, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So we'll pause that one and we'll jump to 2025-054, 055, and 056, which is all for Pulsa Feeder 2883 Brighton Henrietta Line Road.
Are they online?
I think they might be online. Heather, do you know?
They are, let me get her as an attendee here. Jamie, I'm promoting you to panelist. You have to accept it.
Mike, you're leaving us?
You said 7:30.
Wow.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi,
Hey, Jamie, how are you?
good. How are you?
Good. Jamie, please state your name and address for the record.
Jamie Catalano, 764 Ridge Road, Webster. Vital signs.
Thank you. Let us know what you're trying to do here. Give us a rundown, please.
Yeah, so Pulsa Feeder right now, their directional signs, at least for the first two variances, they are kind of all papered up, the different arrows and stuff. It's not very visible. I don't know if you've driven past it. It's a little setback. So we're just trying to give them new, clean, easier to read directional signs as far as these two variances go. They have one existing, so it would be a new one for that and then an additional one, which is the second, the 055 application.
055, you said?
Yep.
So 055 is replacing the one that is currently there.
054 is replacing the one currently there. 055 is an additional one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just for sake of saying this, the additional one, 055, is the one closer to Brighton Henrietta Line Road. Just for clarity, right?
The 054 is the one closer to the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because right now it's showing that sign number 1 is 054. That's gonna be closer to the road. So it looks like you're removing the one that's currently there and pushing it back farther past the sidewalk into the building, correct? Which is number 2 on the drawing.
So the one that's on the screen right now.
That would be number 1.
Yes, that's 1. Sorry, yes, you're right. And then 2 is being pushed back further from where it is now.
Okay, put 3 in a row.
So the one that's basically at the stop line is going back further. Is that what you're telling us?
In
this picture, there's a silver truck. And then to the right of that truck, if you're sitting in it, there's a black sign that's already there.
That'll be gone.
Okay.
That'll be gone.
Yes.
And farther back down the road, or whatever you want to call that, is what I'm calling sign number 2.
Yes, correct.
In the pictures, it's next to a garbage can.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess I have a question regarding your signage. So signage number 2 indicates pulse safe or pulse
feeder.
Thank you. Shipping. It kind of goes back and around, but there's no drive aisles back there.
No, so it's kind of just right. It's more so indicating, see where like that yellow van is in this picture, that it's right there. And they have better signage on those doors that say shipping. So once you theoretically were driving, you would see, okay, the shipping's up and to the right from this sign. It's just not really an easy arrow to do for it.
And just for understanding, this is the same directional arrows that you already have on the signage out front that you will be removing.
Yes, they wanted to add a second one. I guess they have a lot of issues with these delivery trucks finding and going where shipping and receiving, and especially like Millwood, that you have to keep going all the way back. So they felt that they need a second sign to help people find where to go.
So
I find it personally confusing, but at the same point,
so
I understand it.
So I guess when you pull in, it's the main drive aisle down to the loading docks down there. Are those purposing to um to businesses?
Like Millwood?
Yeah, Millwood versus Pulsafeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Millwood's in the way rear of the building.
Okay.
See it
Yeah.
here? This is Millwood, this is Pulsafeed.
So Pulsafeeder, do they have, is theirs more towards the front of that?
Correct.
Yes,
Okay.
So it
Yeah.
signs it.
Because they have a loading dock to the right as well.
they're all to the right.
Well, no, there's one over here too.
Oh, on the far left.
On the far, yeah.
Do you ever use, could you go that one? On this picture, the bottom of the picture, which I think would be the west side of the building,
Mm-hmm.
do you ever use that loading dock that's on like a dead end spur there?
I think if anything, that's Millwood,
Oh,
or if I'm looking at the right spot.
so you have the front parking spaces, there's maybe 20 of them,
Yeah.
and you keep driving around and the road just sort of stops.
Mm-hmm.
And then it looks like a Y.
Yeah, because there's one loading dock there and a door, and then there's two signages that says, please call.
For receiving.
Yes.
Yes.
So across the front, where that small Y is, on the backside is receiving.
Yes. So,
And
yes.
then further down where the sign that they want to move it, and then the garbage can and the two dumpsters would be then the shipping.
Correct.
And then further behind that is Millwood
Yes.
for the third or the second business.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay.
So your question,
It
Heather?
was just more clarity,
Okay.
just to make sure, because, yeah, it was
So
more.
you're not trying to direct them to receiving?
Well, that first sign, the bigger one that has the 3 different arrows, that's kind of in the closest to Brighton Henrietta, that
Yep.
one has the receiving arrow.
Oh, okay, I didn't.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't.
Can I ask you a question?
You
Sure.
have to.
Why
Yes.
does the first sign, it says Millwood, but it doesn't say shipping or receiving underneath it, whereas the second sign has shipping and receiving?
Because Millwood's the same spot.
Yeah, they
Yeah, they're just kind of all back. We're working for Pulsafeeder. I don't think Millwood, they allowed us and they're like, great, new signs, but they weren't concerned about people finding them. I don't know how much shipping and receiving. Maybe I don't know. Maybe their suppliers all don't have issues with it, but they just appreciated some direction, but they didn't need it to say Millwood shipping and receiving or anything. I think they don't have a problem with it.
I think they also only have one spot for both,
Oh.
where the other one has a separate receiving.
Yep. Yeah, when I was there, there was 2 trucks there, so
Got
it
it.
seems like they get pretty busy.
So are there any questions from the board?
Mhm.
You good? Any questions from members of the audience? Okay, with that, we can close this application.
Yep.
Chairman, is this for all 3 signs?
We did, that's a good point. We didn't say anything about the big sign over the door.
The third one.
I'm okay with it. The third one, yeah.
Looks great.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's necessary.
This is for all 3.
Yep.
Yeah, they had a small one done before.
Yep.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, with regard to application numbers 2025-054, 055, 056 for an area variances, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has duly advertised and held a public hearing, has considered all relevant information and considered the potential benefit to the application versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variance is. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. The variance will not result in an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties. As the property is in an industrial area and already has directional signs. The variance cannot be achieved by some other feasible alternative, as the property has 2 tenants and the property needs the signage to direct trucks and visitors to where they need to go. The variance is not substantial, but the amount of signage is justified to offer safe traffic flow through the site. The variances will not have a negative effect on physical or environmental conditions. The difficulty relating to the variance was self-created as a property building was divided into 2, creating the need for additional signage. And be it further resolved that based upon the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approve the variances as presented.
Second.
Seconded by Beth. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion's carried. So you'll still have to
Thank you,
finish the
guys.
process, but we approved it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Have a
Yeah.
good
Have a
night.
good evening.
You as well. Next we have application 2025-057, which is at 79 Manordale Lane. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Samir Balapoduge, 79 Manodel Lane, just New York 14623.
Thank you.
Can you start by telling us why 2 sheds and why a total request of 256 square feet?
So the first one on the corner, that one is for the storage, and the highlighted one is near to the house. It's it's called the shed, but it is a sunroom, like has the windows.
So this will be a living space. You'll be spending time out there having coffee or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So why call it a shed and not some other structure?
That's
Oh no, that's our.
Asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're the
I thought it was,
the picture. Heather, could you move to the picture?
more for like a gazebo or?
It's
What is the purpose of this?
no, I know. I'm sorry. I said living space, but
it's for outside, like a sunroom. We want to enjoy because we have big backyard. I have 4 kids, so it's in the summertime. We want to enjoy. That's why.
Okay, so it's a covered, enclosed, outside
porch,
Yeah.
sunroom,
living space.
playhouse.
Is
What did you call it? Playhouse.
for you to be in. Are you gonna have electrical?
No electrical there.
Okay, so it's just a space.
Yeah.
That's enclosed but has windows.
Yes.
So you can observe the children or be out with the children. They
Yeah.
can be in there with you.
Yeah, because I purchased that one from the company. Uh, I'm renting, rent to own, so I can't do any changes on that one. So there's no electrical or anything in there. We just use that one in the summer.
Okay.
So why an external structure instead of adding to the house?
He just explained that he's renting to own the house, so he can't make physical changes
Oh, I didn't.
to the house itself.
Yeah.
Is that's what I understood.
Yes. You're renting the house,
No, I'm renting this shed,
Oh.
renting to own this shed.
renting to own, rent to own of the
Okay,
shed.
so I think this is still the same question. Why not an attachment to the house instead of an external structure?
Oh, I have the basement, but it is, kids cannot use that one in the basement, and it's a 3 bedroom on top. So we need some. I have a fence, and I have 2 small kids too. So I don't want kids to allow in the front yard to play, so they all can play in our backyard, and sometimes they can stay in there because in a sunny days, they can't directly come to the house. They have to pass in by the doors of the window fence and get into the house. So this is easy. Kids can play and stay there at the same time. That's why.
Let me re-ask the question though. Is it possible on your house to build a sunroom? A sunroom is like a covered porch, enclosed porch, not translating.
Basically having this on your house,
Yeah.
attached to it.
No, not attached. Not attached to the house.
Right.
That's what you're asking for.
You're asking for this, but can you do it attached to your house? Could you make an addition to your house?
No, actually, because I'm planning like after a few years to move to another house, so I can take this one because I talk with the people who build this. They give the service to move this one
Yep.
to a different house if I'm moving.
So you want the portability of this option.
Yep, that's what he's saying. They have tools to do it though.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm torn on this, guys.
What's in your other shed?
I have I put bicycles, like a lot of kids item. In winter time, we use a lot of items. Those are stored in the storage. And at the winter time, we put all the bicycles and summer stuff. That's all. We don't have any furniture or nothing.
How big is this lot, guys? Do we know the answer to that?
You don't have a garage to your
No
home, do
garage.
you?
That is a factor. That is a factor. Again,
Do
this
you,
is,
do you agree that your lot in the backyard is completely fenced in?
One side is already had a fence from the neighbor. It's covered, and the other three sides I cover. I got the permitted to do that like 5 years ago.
Okay, so
So he's
it
fully
is fenced, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think this new shed play area would be visible from the street?
It's not visible to the street.
What about in the back? Who's behind you?
Back there is no house. It's a commercial area, the building.
So do you think ultimately, do you think anyone else would see this new building structure?
I think about the fence level, they can see only the roof top. That's it.
The top of it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Your basement is a walkout. You can walk out of your
Yeah.
basement to your yard, right?
Yes.
So that would probably be why it would be difficult to add on
I
to
didn't
the
realize
back
you
of the house.
Because
Because you walk out of your basement.
Yeah.
To add anything against that wall would probably prevent you from walking out of your basement.
Actually, I don't want to attach anything.
Right, but if you were wanting to add something, say you decided you wanted to stay.
Yeah.
Adding something to that would prevent you from walking out of the basement because it would have to like be the basement and then another portion, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at that again.
Question. So the variance you're coming for is 256 square feet for two sheds, whereas 165 is allowed. Can you store any of the belongings that you have in the other shed in the house? The
It-
walkout basement?
Yeah, it has more space because in this summer we clean all the stuff in the house. So the previous shed which I have right now, it has some more space. If we have any extra stuff, I can move there.
What's everybody thinking up front here?
Can you tell us a little bit about the platform you will put this structure on top of? Dirt, gravel, cement, or other?
So the steady build sheds, they complementary do the leveling in the ground and they put some like concrete blocks after the gravel. Then they put on top that one.
So that eventually when you move and you bring this with you, what
Yeah.
happens to that platform?
That's easy. They said that's easily can take it out because it's not covered with full of blocks, only few blocks to stand on it.
Yep. So basically floating on cement blocks. And ultimately, if you leave with the structure, you can reseed the grass and then
Yeah.
as if it was never there.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? Heather,
No, I don't have any questions.
what are you thinking?
No, we were just looking at that.
Yeah, I don't think it's, for the testimony, I don't think it's necessary for this building. I think it's too large for the 2 sheds.
John?
For 2 sheds, that would be too large. Yeah.
The square footage total is too much.
Mm-hmm.
Beth, what's your opinion? You're fine with it? I personally have a different opinion on this one than the prior one. But I don't know that it's necessary or not, but they do have they have no storage for
No
garage.
storage, yeah.
There's 0 garage space, and to me, that's a bigger difference.
Right, but this is not they're not using this shed as storage. They're using it
Play.
as be more play. That's not storage.
And again, Eric, or Kevin, I meant to say, this is a shed, right?
Well, that's what, on the application, it came in as a shed.
What do you call it?
And I didn't look at it, whether it has windows or not, it's, once it's sliding back door, it still can be used as storage for, garden equipment, tools and that, so that, I didn't realize it was, he was gonna use it as a
Play.
playhouse. Playhouses are not regulated, we don't issue permits for those.
What about you, Eric? Is there?
I mean, it sounds more like an accessory structure than a shed.
Well, again, if this was a gazebo, open air gazebo, we wouldn't be here, it would just be
Right.
permit. We only look at shed or storage facility that's for the square footage 1%.
So declining this because it's labeled as a shed would be a disservice to what their intentions are.
Right, I think what Kevin's saying is it would be regulated less if they had.
If I
Applied
had-
for a gazebo or whatever you right.
Seeing it's all windows, Kevin?
But because it's enclosed, I'm having a hard time with saying that it's a
Gazebo.
gazebo.
It's not a gazebo. It's a
What's
structure.
your opinion, Eric?
We don't have a permit, I mean, we've had people come in for pool houses and we made them come in for a shed as a pool house. So this would be considered I guess we label as a shed as
Right, but
a house or.
Right, I think it's probably best called a shed, even though
Okay, so it's a
they
shed.
can use it.
Yeah.
But even though it's not going to be used for storage of things.
Well, we don't know that yet.
That's
We don't
fair,
know.
fair.
Probably multiple purposes.
Could be used as storage in the winter
Right.
of all said plate items.
And why not, right? Yeah.
No electricity.
No electricity, he said.
Yeah, no, cannot be insulated, plumbing. Like, any of that. The shed. You have electricity, but you can't have insulation, plumbing.
Okay. Thank you. So you're okay with it? You're not?
I'm okay with it.
Tim?
I think it won't have an impact on the character of the neighborhood because it's mostly hidden. There's no one behind it that is gonna notice it at all. And whether it stays 5 years or 50 years, I think I think of it as a detached addition to the
If
house.
it does stay, he's gonna take it with him. And there will be a permit in place for that size shed.
I did want to point out though, technically the fence could always be taken down. So we always need to take that into consideration. Also, they're really here for the total square footage which is, what is it?
256 or something.
256. Okay, well, he's gonna take that with him, but in the next occupant
That's
could take the 8x12 down and put up a 256 shed. I mean, it's not stopping them because now the variance is now approved.
Perpetuity is looking for.
Yes.
The application was advertised for 256 square feet for 2 sheds. I don't know if that goes limited to 2 sheds or just because it says 256 square feet, they could put in a shed. If it's advertised in the resolution states for 2 sheds. But then again, to your point, you could put in
Just put another,
10 square foot shed, 246 square. feet.
Right, yeah.
I don't know how you regulate that. I don't think you can put a restriction of
what it's used for.
it and use as other.
I do think we have a problem with the way it was advertised though, now that I'm looking at it.
What do you think it should have been?
They're looking for 256 square feet for the current shed, right?
No, it says for.
No, it's 8x12.
Oh, so is that really combined?
Yeah, yes.
Current's about 96. The new is 160.
All right, well then, yeah,
So you're not,
yeah, it looks okay.
I'm,
Again, I think the point of pool houses, we look at as a second shed. And
this is,
a pool house.
there's no pool, but this is no different than that.
But if you think about a pool house, you go in, usually change, and then you leave,
And they
where you store.
They store pool equipment in private.
Right,
We can't really regulate what they're.
Right.
right.
It could have glass and he could put his lawnmowers in there and do whatever. I'm not for this. I should ask, is there any comment from the neighborhood or from the audience? Okay. It's 2 no's. I guess the question is, do we anticipate that Christian and or Aaron combined would give us a different answer? And they're not here, so.
Yeah.
I vote a no.
Both table it.
Table
Table for next week.
So let me explain to you what's happening here. We are missing 2 people today from our board. And in order to be accepted and approved, you have to have at least 4 yeses approved. You will not have that today with the board that's sitting here. We have 3 that are okay with it and 2 that are not. Because of that, you have 2 options. One option is we can deny it tonight. The other option is there is a chance that with the other 2 gentlemen here, and by the way, I will be gone next month. The other, and I'm a negative, they might be positives, but the other 2 gentlemen here, you may get a chance to get it approved. So if I table it, means I don't finish tonight, you won't have an answer tonight. Then you have a possibility next month to get this. However, if we follow through today, it's a no, it will not go through. And I will not approve from my seat a second shed of this size. So you have a choice to make. If you really want this, you have to come back next month. If you're, I don't know, I can live without it, then the answer is taken care of.
Next meeting is next month, right?
Correct.
The first Wednesday of next month, I do not know the date off the top of my
Right,
head.
it would be re-advertised and you'd have to show up the
Just like
first
that.
Wednesday of next month like you did today.
If you were to choose that, would we advise him to consider changing from a shed to some other sort of structure?
I don't think it matters based on what Eric said, Kevin said, and Eric.
Yeah, that's fine.
Come back next month?
No, I deny that one. I don't want to go with that one.
Okay, in that case, we still finish the process and,
Would you consider a smaller structure for him? You'd be willing to reduce the size of it? Just trying to help also.
Or if you can remove the old shed and put that stuff somewhere else, then you're only applying for 160 square foot new structure.
I don't think he has that luxury though with the current property.
Unless you put some of the stuff from the small shed into the new bigger one. And then you have a new 160 square foot that has some stuff in it.
Do you understand that what he suggested is that if you don't come back next month and you ask the board to make a decision tonight, they're going to deny the application?
You cannot have it.
Yeah, that's what I understood that one
Okay,
because I really need the other shed for the storage. And next month probably I can't take a day off again, so that's why it's okay.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. We'll move forward here. So Tim, I guess
Yeah, I think that's.
that's a third option.
I didn't hear it.
He could withdraw his application
Oh.
altogether and there's no decision.
It's denied.
Oh, then he can't have it again. If we can't try something else.
Right.
Okay, so what I'm gonna ask you to do is tell me that you will withdraw your application.
Yeah.
Please state that for the record. I will withdraw the application.
I will withdraw the application.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That's a good point. That gives him another option in the future.
If he does decide.
Heather, do you want me to delete the content of the resolution?
No.
It's withdrawal.
Oh, yeah, it's
No,
just
you
that the file is saved with my commentary already in it. Okay.
Yeah, you can save it in there, it just won't go forward.
Okay.
Let me jump here. Next, we have 2025 058, and this is 454 Telephone Road. Hello.
Good evening. My name is Joe O'Donnell. Greater Living Architecture. Address is 3033 Brighton Henrietta Town Line Road. We are the architects of record for this project, and we're here to seek an area variance for a larger garage than is allowed by the zoning code. Technically, I could just go right through the standards, which is what the board uses as their guide for making a decision. They're pretty clear cut. The whole reason for the larger garage, though, is basically the homeowner's hobby is woodworking. Doesn't do any, selling or anything like that out of it. When we applied for the building permit, for the house permit, we were told that the garage was oversized. So in order to keep the, excuse me, in order to keep the process moving, we removed the overhead door, called it a shop, not a garage, and came for the variance. All we want to do now is put the overhead door back in. The elevation will now look all symmetrical, and he'll be able to use the overhead door to bring materials in and out. That's strictly what the whole purpose of this larger garage is. It's situated in a large piece of property. It's adjacent to residential neighborhood, in a residential neighborhood. And it's not going to adversely affect or impact the physical and environmental conditions in the neighborhood district. The only thing here is that it is self-created, which we all know 99% of the variances are self-created. So I'll just open it up for questions. I think it's pretty straightforward.
Quick question. You're on the zoning board already, right?
I'm on the city of Rochester zoning board. Yeah.
So just to repeat, so when I drove by and checked it out, first of all, it's beautiful. The facility, the house is gorgeous. I think you guys did a beautiful job on that.
Thank you.
Just to repeat this, when I drove by, it doesn't look like the drawings, but you just addressed that because the only thing that's different is there's no door. So right now you're good, but if we put a door in, now it's a garage for a shop. So that is the variance. You're asking for a door.
Correct. Yeah.
The other thing is, you're sort of in a relatively rural area of the town, and the spacing of, I'm sorry, the neighbors have gone through similar processes over the years. Some of them a long time ago, some of them more current. I guess just questions from the board, because I understand now. I was wondering why it was built on already. If we don't give you, just asking it for clarity's sake, if we don't give you this, you still have it fine, it functions, you just have troubles getting stuff in and out.
But that, and it doesn't look good either. Here we got this beautiful house and, all of a sudden you got two overhead doors and then a blank wall.
Yeah,
So it's really more of it's an architectural element that we'd like to see get approved so that we can, maintain that elevation that you have up on the screen there. I mean, otherwise you could put 2-3 foot man doors there, but again, that would look even more ridiculous than the blank wall. So it's really strictly to maintain the symmetry of that elevation, but also to give them an opportunity to just easily bring, some wood and some things in and out. So.
The floors and other things, is that being set up to handle cars or other things?
Yeah, it's basically a standard garage. The slab is designed for residential use, and it's just continuous right through to the shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I don't have more questions. Is anybody here on the board? No. Any questions from the audience? Okay, with that, we can close the application.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, I still gotta read it. With regards to application ZBA 2025-058 for an area variance, I move to approve as, oops, I'm sorry, I gotta make a note. I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has duly advertised and held a public hearing, 2, has considered all relevant information, and 3, has considered the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variances. Now therefore be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. The variances will not result in an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties. It will not create the undesirable change, as many of the neighbors have similar size structures on their lots, which tend to be larger as well. The variance cannot be achieved due to some other feasible alternative. It needs that due to the size of the workshop requirements to fulfill the customer's hobby. The variance requested is substantial, but has been set up to match the neighborhood. The variance will not have a negative effect on physical or environmental conditions. I believe the property has retention pond that's specifically designed to handle some of this runoff that it will create, and the difficulty relating to the variance was self-created. And therefore be it resolved that based upon the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approve the variance as presented.
Second.
Seconded by John. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? The motion carries. Thank you. And it really is beautiful. Yeah, good work.
Good evening.
I called you today and I checked out your webpage and you have it on there. So you got a pretty good resume. They did a good job. I'm
15 years in the
Wow.
Thank you as well.
Good evening.
You as well. Thank you. This leads us. Did I skip one?
No, we have to.
Okay, I'm sorry. So if we could have you come back up, we for 79, right?
Yeah.
79.
Oh, 53, yep. 179 Elm Crest Drive.
Yes.
Just because of, I had to step away. State your name one more time.
My name is Gavin Sun.
Thank you. Gavin, what did you learn?
Yeah, so they are hoping to have a 12 by 18 size shed approved.
So they're indicating instead of 12 by 24, a 12 by 18
Yeah,
would still meet the needs.
they can work with that. It's I'm not fully familiar with what they are gonna do with the garage and shed, but yeah, I think they can work with the.
Just for sake of saying that, that's 216 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
A lot smaller.
It is definitely a bunch smaller. And what was it before 288?
288.
And that will fulfill their needs,
Yeah,
but also take some relief off of this. That's still, so 218, so it's less than 100% increase. Well, 80% or something of it.
45 square feet really what they're requesting for the little smaller shed.
Okay. I feel more comfortable with that. I still think it's too large, but I would accept that change from my vote. It's still quite large. Beth, do you have any comments? I don't think you had any before.
I think that's a reasonable reduction of requests.
Thank you.
You agree?
I'm good with moving forward.
Either way, math works. Okay, so who has this?
That's me.
Oh, so this is one of the problems.
Yeah, yeah.
But you already filled it out as a decline?
No, I did. Was started as a approve.
So okay, so one of the benefits here, did you handwrite it?
I was starting to handwrite it, yeah.
Did you already fill it out digitally?
Nope.
Okay. So your decision matters for that reason.
Yeah. Yeah. I still think it's too large. That's just me. And I don't,
That's okay. I'm gonna assign it to someone else.
okay.
Will someone else grab this? Tim, John, or Beth? I can type it too.
I will finish this application.
Thank you.
Give me a second.
It's gonna take a minute. If you would like, I can do it. I have a full keyboard.
This is how I got my mark. I guess I'll-
Well, so am I? Oh, that's Mannerdale. That's what it looks like. It's already done. One second, Elmcrest. It'll just take a minute or two. You have to type it in. Okay.
What?
Might went faster than I expected.
Are we gonna discuss it afterwards? Or just for some time?
The sheds?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
I would like,
You want everybody here. Yeah, well, you won't be here next month.
yeah, I think we can start, you can have more conversation next month if needed. I'm gonna request that Aaron and Christian watch the video. Oh, it's not on video.
Oh, we're not on YouTube right now?
Now, but not
Not
for the
workshop.
discussion. Okay. What do you, to the two people that are sitting in the back, what are you guys doing?
This meeting for my bed.
Excellent. Excellent.
Cool.
What's the merit badge and what are you in? Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, or something else? Good for you. What troop you in? Is that Henrietta? Great.
Nice. Well, welcome.
When we're done with the meeting, you're welcome to come up and ask us questions. But
You
we
can
do
even
have
talk
to.
into the mic.
Oh, yeah, we'll make me do that.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, in regards to application ZBA 2025-053 for an area variance, I move to approve as follows. Whereas the zoning board has, 1, duly advertised and held a public hearing, 2, has considered all relevant information, and 3, is considering the potential benefit to the applicant versus the potential detriment to the neighborhood or community in relation to such variances. Now, therefore, it be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals makes the following findings of fact. The variance will not have an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties. The variance cannot be achieved by some other feasible alternative. The variance is not substantial. The variance will not have a negative effect on the physical or environmental conditions. The difficulty related to the variance was self-created, and be it further resolved that based upon the above findings, the zoning board of appeals hereby approve the variance as presented, and be it further resolved that this approval shall be subject to the following conditions. The applicant will reduce the side of the shed to 12 by 18 or a total of 216 square feet.
Anybody want
I'll
to
second.
seconded by John? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Opposed?
That was Heather. With that, the motion carries. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Have a good evening.
And what happens next?
You will get a letter from the town that says that it's been approved at 216 square feet, as you said was acceptable, at which point you'll have to finish your paperwork for the permit, and then you can get it installed.
And the permit will be part of the, like in the envelope?
The paperwork will come that says it's approved. You still have to go back to the town and to the town building department where you started this process and finish it there.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you. And with that, I'd like to close the meeting. I think it says 8:15. Come on up to the podium.